it's Farmer Dan, the wannabe Texas gardener.
Hey everybody, it's Farmer Dan here, wannabe Texas gardener. We're taking a road trip this morning. The Brazos Valley Master Gardeners Club is holding their annual plant sale. I've never been to it before, so I decided, what the heck, let's go check it out. So we are in Farmer Dan's Dodge Ram, headed over to the Master Gardener Club in Bryan, Texas, to see what the plant sale is all about. I do have a request to pick up some tomato plants for a really good close friend of mine, Miss Rachel Camel, my Italian grandma. She's not really my grandma, but she's probably old enough to be my grandma, and she's a really sweet lady. She's a nurse. We worked together for a long time at a hospital, and so she's out of state, and she asked if I was going, if I would pick her up some tomato plants. So I'm going to do that for her while we're there. I'm going because I'm looking for some flowering bushes. So we'll see if they got any of those out there. Don't know if they do or not, but if they do, we're going to pick them up. So, but the Brazos Valley Master Gardeners Club is, from what I can read online, is a group of folks that work together to help educate people on good gardening technique, both fruits, vegetables, and flowering gardening. And so when we're there, I'm going to see if I can find somebody from the Master Gardener Club to do kind of an interview and give us a rundown of what they do, and see if there's something like that in the different areas that maybe you can use as a resource if you're just starting out gardening, or if you've been gardening for a while and you want some additional information. So we'll see if we can find somebody there to do an interview with, and I'll show you around while we're there if they'll let me. I'm going to ask them and see if they'll let me film a little bit, and if they will, then we'll take you along on the journey. But that's what we got going on today. And then when we get back home, back to the place, I'll take you around and give you a little garden update. I walked through it this morning, saw some exciting stuff, and I want to share it with you. So when we get there, I'll see what we can do, and hopefully we can get some footage of the plant sale. Alright folks, so we just arrived. I want to show you what it looks like out here. There's a huge long line to get in, and people were smart and brought their little wheelbarrows, trailers, wagons, whatever you want to call them, which I didn't bring. So I'm going to be carrying a bunch of stuff around. But that's okay. Even if we don't buy anything, it'll be fun. Hey folks, it's Farmer Dan, wannabe Texas gardener. That was crazy. So there were so many people out there. It was like, I don't know, if you ever been to a carnival on a Saturday night in a big old city, that's what I picture it to be. There was just people everywhere going back and forth. They had wagons. It was a nightmare. So I wasn't able to film anything out there. I did pick up the requested tomato plants for my friend Rachel. I got like the last 8 plants that were left. So I don't even know what kind they are. She just said get whatever, so I went, found a box, put the last ones I could find that weren't already 4 foot tall, 3 foot tall, and put them in my little box and checked out. $28, goes to a great organization. I was able to talk to one of the ladies while I was waiting in line, but really couldn't interview her because she was doing other things. But I'm going to try to get some more information on these folks, see if it's a possibility to get involved with them in some way. You know, seems like it'd be a good resource. to help out, become a wannabe Texas gardener in some form or fashion. So we'll see about that. Right now, I'm going to head somewhere. It just started to rain. I hope it's going to rain at the house so I don't have to water the raised bed today, but we will see. But whenever we get back to the house, I will take you around the garden and show you the new developments that we have, and I'm so excited about, and hopefully you will be too. So we'll see you shortly.
Hey everybody, Farmer Dan's here, wannabe Texas gardener. So I went to the Brazos Valley Master Gardener yesterday. They had their annual plant sale. It was a little nuts, as you saw in the video. Wasn't able to get any footage of the actual sale because it was just crazy and hectic. But I wanted to give you an update on the garden here at the house. Got things some growing. Been doing some updates and trimming around, making things a little nicer around the house here on the yard. So I'm gonna walk around and give you a quick little update on what's going on and let you see the progress in the garden. Alright, so we were up spring break vacation a couple weeks ago. We picked up a Mexican pottery plant, strawberry planter. Got some strawberries in there. Got 12 plants from, I think my wife picked them up at Lowe's. And no, Producers Co-op. It was at Producers Co-op. It's a big agricultural co-op. They sell feed and gardening supplies, ranching, farming supplies, and she went there looking for some plants for the flower garden, and came home with some strawberries because they didn't have the plants that we needed. So we got 12 little strawberry plants in there. That's J5. He's our new little bunny decoration that we picked up at a place called Fraser's. They concentrate on they concentrate on cement decorations from that size all the way up to, they have life-size triceratops that they sell out there. It's pretty crazy. Here's the pepper garden. Peppers are doing good, except for the one in the back. I didn't think he was going to live, and I think he's pretty much dead. I may pull him up, but I'm going to give him another week and see if he comes back. But we got some mild jalapenos and some multicolored bells in there. Here's our tomatoes. They are going to town. Got a little scraggler here. I believe that one is a beefsteak, and I think that one back there is a beefsteak as well. But they are just, after we transplanted them, they have really taken off. Here's another tomato. And then I got a pepper back there. We ran out of room in the pepper box, so I just stuck him back in the tomato box. These are our contender green beans. They're bush beans. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 of those. There's a 5th one starting to sprout. There should be 8 on this side. Only 5 have come up. And we got our 5 pretty squash plants. We got some baby squash going on there. That one has a couple. There's a couple going all the way around, but those are growing up. We got some more beans right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on this side. There should be 12. Only 9 have come up on this side. And we got some more tomatoes. These are looking good. Some of these are Homesteads. There's some San Marzanos that are in here, and I don't know which ones are which. I'm gonna try to figure it out, if I can figure it out just by looking at the leaves and stuff and try to mark them. But I didn't mark each cell of the plant whenever we planted them, and whenever I transplanted them around, didn't know which ones were which. But then we got some little cabbage plants growing. I'm gonna have to weed a couple of them out because they're gonna grow too close together. And we we got a little row of carrots right there. Another little row of carrots right there. And then we got our onions up here in the front. I don't know, the onions don't look like they're doing good to be. My mom said don't worry about it, they'll grow. So I said okay, we'll see. Here's another little decoration I bought. I call him Sir Sweeps a lot because he's a little pig and he's sweeping. There's my water bird bath, a little lazy garden gnome underneath there. I don't remember what we named him. My kids named him. The reason I got a bird bath out here is I was told that the birds will pick at your tomatoes for the water, and if you leave a water source, they'll drink the water before they'll attack your tomatoes. So I'm gonna try that out. And I got pine trees. Pine tree, pine tree, pine trees, pine trees. And they're in the middle of their, I call it molting period. And it knocks off these little cocoony looking things. And they get all over everything. So I went and invested in a pole saw. With that pole saw, I went around and I've been trimming up stuff. I trimmed that pine tree that you saw. It was hanging over the garden, so I cut it back as far as I could get so that we could eliminate some of the shade and hopefully give it a little more sun. Been doing that around the whole perimeter of the house. Did that in the front yard. I'll take you around there and show you all the junk we got. If you hear the motorcycles going by, I apologize. We live about a mile away from a place called Yankees Tavern, which is a bar and grill that attracts a lot of motorcycle folks, especially on the weekends. And so there's motorcycles running up and down the highway. We're right off the highway. But we're going to keep going around the yard. There's my hydrangeas. The honeysuckles, they're still doing good. This one's growing, starting to hit up on the trellis. Fig tree. I'm so proud of my fig trees. I love figs. They're just putting out new growth and getting some fine leaves on there. This one is doing really well. You can see all the new growth on there. Now the tip lost its new growth. I don't know, but it's putting out growth at the bottom. There's another tree that we've been trimming. Get it out. Now, I don't know if y'all can remember from some of the other videos, there used to be a fence line right up through here. And because we have an idea of turning that window into a French door coming out of the house, and I'm gonna build me a deck out here, I went ahead and started deconstructing this fence. Still got one pole with the gate on it. I got to get the gate off before I can take that pole down. But I took down all that fence, which left me with lots and lots of cattle panels. I don't know how many. I think there's like 12 or 14 in there that I can use for trellising or keeping the dogs in the yard or whatever. But here's some more poles I got to get out. These are actually down in there pretty well. They were mostly cemented in the ground, but I got a lot of the cement. Got them out with the cement and was able to bust it off. I'm going to reuse those poles for something. But here's some more of my tree trimming. You can see there's Farmer Dan's Dodge. Here's some more tree trimming we got done. They were just hanging so low, they were scraping the tops of the cars. And, so I decided to get me a pole saw and go to town. And we did. Here's some more decoration I haven't put out yet. These are metal blue bonnets. They're still wrapped up. We bought those on vacation too. And here is trellising idea that I got from, I don't remember if it was from the Antique Rose Emporium. I went to that place that's over by Brenham, Texas. Or if it was at the Master Gardeners. I think it was at Master Gardeners. But they made like a teepee that the feet go down into the ground to give it stability. And you got a fork up here at the top. And they crisscross, and then you run screws in there to hold it together. You wrap it in fishing twine or, you know, some kind of wire string all the way around it to the top, from the bottom to the top. And then you plant either like pole beans or some sort of trellising flower at the base of each one of the posts, and then they'll crawl up like a trellis system. So I'm gonna, as I'm cutting this up to haul off, I'm gonna go through it and see if I can get 3 or 4 of those together and put those up in the backyard. But that's about it. Still got, this is some leftover dirt from we filled up the raised beds, and there's a big divot around here. I'm gonna fill that in. Gonna work on some flower beds here. We had lilies. This whole flower bed all the way around, all the way to the front, was nothing but lilies. Dug them up. Must have missed some because I got some coming up over here. My son went around and cleaned out all the bricks. And I'm gonna take my tiller and till all that area up so I can plant new flowers. I may not get to that this year, I don't know. And then that's for my old truck, the one that got wrecked. I didn't tell y'all about that, but it's okay. And then our blackberry. Making some headway. Uh-oh. Got a visitor. Miss Bonnie. Bonnie came to say hi. I wonder how she got out of the house. Hey, we got another one right here. It's coming up, I think. It looks like it. It might not be. It's hard to tell. I need to weed this thing again. Put some mulch down or something. But I was told to wait till the canes come up above the ground and then mulch it, because it has a hard time, the canes have a hard time coming up through the mulch. So once the canes start really coming up, I'm going to mulch them up, and hopefully I'll kill off some of them weeds. Again, with those things, I doubt we'll get any fruit this year. The fig trees, we probably won't get any fruit from this year, but that's okay. It's the first year, really just trying to see how this is all going to work. I know I'm going to get tomatoes. I know I'm going to get some vegetables from the vegetable garden, and that was the goal for this year, was to start the raised bed, start the vegetables, learn some stuff. One of the things I got a problem with right now in the raised beds, I mean, all the vegetables seem to be doing okay. You know, there's a pepper plant that's probably dead. Tomatoes will look good. Most of the tomatoes look real good. Onions, I'm still questioning, but Mom said don't worry about it. Carrots look real good. Green beans are coming up. But the problem I have is I attracted an ant bed. So whenever I put down the mulch around the outside, I spray or sprinkle ant pellets all around, probably within 20 feet of the raised bed, all out there. There was a couple of existing ant beds. I wanted to kill those off. They were far away from the raised bed. So I put put the ant killer, not the roach killer. I put the ant killer out, And then when I put down the weed fabric, I put extra underneath the weed fabric. Then I put some on top of the weed fabric. And then I put the mulch on top of the weed fabric. And then I put some more ant killer on top of the mulch. So I thought, you know, that's a pretty good perimeter of ant killer. So I shouldn't have any ants in my ant bed. Or should not have ants in my raised bed. Well, I was wrong. I don't know if there was already ants in the raised bed area. I mean, I put 2 layers of cardboard underneath it before I filled it. I don't remember seeing an ant bed underneath there. Watered in the dirt real well, the raised bed growing mixture. You know, it sat for about 5 days without water, and then it rained that first weekend. If you can go back and look at the raised bed mix video. I didn't water it in right away. Maybe I should have. Whenever I determined how much rain we got that first weekend, it wasn't sufficient. I watered in the bed, watered it in twice before I planted anything. And at one point I even added, we cleaned out our aquariums in the house, and there was about 65 gallons of aquarium water that I put in there as well. And that was all before I planted. And then I planted, and I've been watering about once every 2 to 3 days, depending on the moisture level of the soil and how much sun we have and all that jazz. You know, the 2 inches, put your finger in the soil a couple inches and see how moist it is. I've been using that as a guideline for watering until I can get my drip irrigation system set up. But anyways, I've attracted an ant bed. I posted on one of the Facebook forums, you know, how do you get rid of ants in your ant bed? I have gotten every answer from don't worry about them, you'll be fine. If you're not growing anything sweet that they'll like to eat, they won't harm your plants, to you got to eradicate them now, they will eat your roots of all your plants will die, it's going to be Armageddon. To sprinkle cinnamon through there and that will take care of it. You may have to reapply. There's been borax, honey, and bleach, and boiling waters, and all kinds of remedies to get rid of the ants in the ant bed. So if you're watching this video and you've got an answer to the ant bed question of how do I get rid of my ants, should I even worry about the ants, put them down in the comments. That way I have another forum to get answers from people who actually know what's going on. Because I was raised up, if there's an ant bed, kill it, because they'll sting you. You know, you don't want ants around. Now, I understand ants can be beneficial for like different bugs inside that grow on the vegetables, and they'll eat those bugs, and they won't, you know, will or will not eat your vegetables. I don't know, but I want your feedback. Give me some comments. Let me know what you're talking about, what you're thinking about. I'm going to try something, because I'm still of the mindset of you don't want ants in your garden. So I'm going to try something, and I want to make sure that I'm not going to say organic, but it's not going to harm the plant. I don't want to put chemicals in my bed that can leach into the plant and then get into the fruit, and then I ingest it. Even though I'm not an ant, I still don't want to eat ant killer of any kind anyway, you know, whether it's leached in there or not. So leave your comments down there. But for now, I think that's about it. Nice little view of the garden. You can see how things are going. I think things are looking nice. Got some projects around the house that I'm trying to knock out. Got to get all those limbs cleaned up. Got to get the dirt off the trailer so that I have a place to put the limbs so that I can haul them off. I really can't burn them around here. It's too close to the highway. And between the fence and the road and the other fence line, you know, there's just all these rules and regulations you got to follow. Even though you're out in the country, you can't just go willy-nilly and do what you want. You can still get fined for fires. So I don't want to be in bad with the fire department. So thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, and all that other YouTube jargon. This is Farmer Dan signing off for the Wannabe Texas Gardener.